Welcome back to the Oshner Andrews Institute podcast studio for another episode of NewOrleans.Football presented by PJ's Coffee. Saints just dropped their latest game 21-17 to the Dolphins. We're going to get into all that and what it means and so much more on today's show. If you're looking for a new car, make sure you buy it from my guy Matt Bowers. Best cars in the whole entire universe. He'll get you right and get you into the car of your dreams. A lot of stuff to get into today. Tyler Shough a little bit up and down. The Devaughn Vele game, man, he looked outstanding today. Some signs of hope other places too. And then Charlie Smyth had his breakout game too in his first performance as a starting kicker. So not all negatives today, despite the result. If you want to celebrate your fandom beyond the field, Keesler Federal is proud to be the official credit union sponsor of the New Orleans Saints. They're a not-for-profit organization, meaning that you always come first, you being their members. You can enjoy lower fees, better rates, and everything else that Saints fans need to help you get one step closer to living your dreams. That's Keesler Federal, the official credit union sponsor of the New Orleans Saints. First topic today, presented by the Mortgage Bros, mortgagebros.money. Tell them NOF sent you $500 off your closing cost on that house of your dreams. They're not like a bank, I guess. So they're going to work with you. They're going to get you your loan. So if you're intimidated by applying, don't be intimidated going to them. They're working for you to get that right. All right, 21-17 Dolphins. A compelling game, honestly. A couple things to get into. I think the starts are abysmal. I mean, it's embarrassing at this point to see how these games start out. I did a study last week. It was like a 100 quarterback rating in games last year where Spencer Rattler was the starter. Banged up team, banged up line, banged up receivers. Alvin Kamara hurt. Just in disarray as a team, they were still moving the ball in those games. These games, they aren't. And it's like a 60 quarterback rating. 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, 6 yards of pass coming into today. Those numbers all probably went down today. The starts are insane. 0 points first quarter, 0 points second quarter, 8 in the third, 9 in the fourth. Like, why? Why is this so bad? The rhythm is just, you're underwater before you even get started. It's an impossibility. And those are the scripted plays. Like, they're the plays that you're sitting down Tuesday till whenever, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whatever. And your script's obviously done probably by Friday. But I'm just saying, like, those are the plays that you're sitting down, you're putting on a list. This is how we want to attack Miami. This is what we want to do to them. We want to build this off of this. We're going to call them in this order. We're going to go through these. We're going to be comfortable with them. We're going to execute them, and we're going to get going. And they can't. And it seems like a lot of times, like, this offense only really gets going outside of the structure. 2-minute drill, quarterback extending plays. There's problems here that they gotta figure out. And it's not all personnel. I watched the personnel execute early in games last year. The flip side of that is they were terrible in the second half of games last year in those games. This offense seems to be okay in the second half of games. They came out in the third quarter on fire, looked good. That was a good sign. So it's not like all hope is lost or anything, but you got to figure out how to start these games. It's the biggest problem with this team. You got to get off to better starts. I don't know how you get to that or how it looks better, but it's something that the Saints do have to figure out. We're going to talk about Shough when Tripp comes in from Miami. He was out there in Miami for the game. You know, the other thing that I will point out too is that, like, I don't think today was a bad day for the Saints. You saw the pick six, whatever it is, awful play. Such a stupid way to lose a game. You don't give yourself a chance to field goal. Horrible pass there. But I thought Shough made a couple plays, and you saw him throw the game winner to Olave. Olave doesn't catch it. If he catches it, that's the game winner. I think you feel great about the quarterback in that instance. You kind of overlooked the 3 turnovers. So that was a good thing, and it didn't actually happen. So I'm reluctant to say this, but as a whole, getting the plays from the spots where they matter while not impacting your draft position isn't the worst thing in the world. And look, I know you guys want to see wins. I get it. I would feel better about Shough if he won as opposed to, like, well, he did this but didn't win. You know, it's not the same, but you saw him put that ball there. That's a big time throw. Not all bad. And then the Jets beat the Falcons and they get a win. So your draft position's in pretty solid affairs right now, a solid state. Kind of a flat game overall, though. Like, it's not a moral victory or anything like that. team could have played way better. I think there's some stuff to be worried about and some stuff to feel decent about. Vele again, huge game. Owe him an apology, maybe handwritten. Not actually. I mean, I don't think I was ever dogging him, but we weren't seeing it, and it was a worrisome trade. Always said he was in control of his narrative. He turned it. He turned it last week, this week, seeing good things there. So not all bad. Compelling game. Not a terrible watch in the second half. First half was brutally painful, but we'll see. Season keeps rolling on. Bringing Tripp now from Miami to keep breaking this one down. So now by Mike Triplett from Hard Rock Stadium, the site of the latest Saints disappointment. This topic's brought to you by Shough Insurance, the Earhart Agency. Make sure you're calling the Earhart Agency when you're looking for car insurance, home insurance, flood insurance, whatever insurance. They'll take care of you.
Can I do anything about football teams, seasons, coaching, quarterbacks, offense?
No. You might need fire insurance for the end of the LSU run, but I think you're good for a little bit there. That's a wild situation. Yeah. So the Saints, man, like what's your takeaway from this game? Like broad stroke,
in the end, they gave us some things to be really interested in, which blew me away, because at halftime, I thought it was their darkest moment. I thought it was, all right, that's it. They couldn't muster enough energy to get through this whole season. The writing's on the wall. It finally all got taken out of them, and their spirits kind of squashed. And then they came back in the second half, and they damn near won this thing, which was pretty amazing. And it made us think great things about Devaughn Vele and Charlie Smyth and, the run game, rediscovering the run game and giving Tyler Shough some opportunities. And so that was all exciting, only to sort of Lucy Charlie Brown the ball again when they got to 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, and 4th and 1. And I can't believe that has been the story of the whole season, not being able to generate any offense in the first 15 play script. So they're always down in every first quarter. And then every time they need a yard, whether it's at the goal line or anywhere on the field, this is an offense that doesn't know how to gain a yard to save its life. And so it's really frustrating that they teased us with a really enticing comeback, only to be a little fooled you in the end.
The hilarious thing about the not being able to get a yard, that 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, is that like when they took the shot down the field, it actually worked. Like when they weren't gunning for a yard, they had a play that worked. Chris Olave just didn't catch it. Like great throw. When they were gunning for the 1 yard on 3rd and 4th down, they couldn't get it. Like it's the wildest thing.
They don't know how to call actual 1 yard plays. They can call other plays. That's crazy.
This fella and this fella, he can't coach early in the games. Like it's wild. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah. It's really confusing. And yeah, like it ended up. The thing I said is it wasn't like good, but it was compelling. Like it was ended up being a compelling game of football for a rebuilding football team. But just really bad overall, really inept in a lot of different ways. And it's not going to get better this season. Like I think this is a thing where you probably got to go in the offseason, tear it down, evaluate everything you did, and hope that as the architect of the person of like something that isn't working well, you're able to tear it down and rebuild something else. I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit concerned about how some of this stuff is looking, because it's hard to get to week 13, week 14 of the season and just not have those openers working. Like now there is a lot of football left. Like maybe they figure it out somewhere along the way. It just seems to me that they are so much better when Shough can just rip it, when he can just go out and play, and when it becomes a little bit looser and you get into those 2-minute situations and he's extending plays and getting outside of the structure of the play and making something happen on his own. Those seem to be the moments where it really looks like it works. But when it's tight, it's almost like there's a lack of confidence in being able to overcome a mistake, so they just play so freaking tight, and then they get to the second half and they're like, well, we got to catch up now, and that's when you start to see something. I don't know, I have a million different theories, but like it's just very, very bad at the start of these games.
Well, look, here's the thing that Shough and Kellen Moore have both pointed out a lot in recent weeks is how screwed they are when they're bad on first downs. I mean, it feels like it is 2nd and 10 every time this team snaps the ball. And then when they get the run game going under center, sometimes stubbornly stick with it. And then it's 2nd and 4. And you're like, oh, you can play offense when it's 2nd and 4. So it's not only the first 15 play script, it's also first down plays have been horrible for this team. It seems like they're constantly behind the chains. And, even Kellen Moore said this afternoon, I don't know who he was blaming. Maybe he's blaming himself, but he's like, well, yeah, we like to go tempo, but it's hard to go tempo when it's, when you're not gaining any yards on first down and you go 3 and out. You can't go tempo when you go 3 and out. And so, I like seeing them in 2 minutes. I like seeing them when they get things going. It's crazy that it's taken this long and they still haven't figured out. They haven't gotten better at it. If anything, they've regressed.
Yeah, there seemed to be some like exasperation at that tempo question too. Like some exasperation throughout the press conference. Like there's definitely frustration about these results, and frankly, there should be. I don't think the team's playing nearly well enough. Speaking of playing well enough, in this topic is presented by Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant up there on Bets. Shough, what do you think? I thought some good, some bad.
Yeah, some good, some bad, but how long can we keep saying that, right? I mean, it's kind of reminiscent of our Spencer Rattler evaluations, and when it was Spencer Rattler, we kept saying he needs to exceed expectations and he needs to do something special to keep Tyler Shough from stealing the job. And now today was a game that made me look at the calendar a little bit. I was like, well, this time he did have some opportunities, not completely his fault, but he got some red zone opportunities. He got fourth quarter comeback opportunity and he didn't. The whole offense didn't capitalize on them. He didn't capitalize on them. And now I'm looking at, all right, you still maybe have the second or third pick in the draft. And now you have 4 more weeks or 5 more weeks to do something convincing enough to make sure they don't look at Mendoza or another top quarterback in next year's draft. So even though I'm not necessarily down on Shough, he needs more convincing performances to stave off potential replacement pay in next year's draft. So he needs to exceed performances like this because he's working against an abbreviated clock as well.
I do think if Olave catches that ball and you have a 36-yard game-winning winner touchdown, like we probably look at it way different. And like he did put it,
sure.
He did put it right there between two guys.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Like I generally agree overall. Like I think there's an element of perspective too, and I think when we look up and we start seeing comments and all this stuff, I think there's going to be a group of people that are convinced and a group of people that aren't, because I think the highs were like so good in this game. That touchdown pass to Vele was incredible. The freelance play to Foster Moreau was really good. People are going to give him credit for that Chris throw, even though it didn't get completed. And then there's the first pick, which was terrible. The 2-point play, he threw that ball way behind him. I thought he left some pockets too early. The calendar's a problem, and I wish there was more time. I mean, because like he's gonna have to drastically go one direction, or hopefully not the other, to be convinced that yes or no he isn't the guy. If he plays like this every week, and it kind of seems like this is what it is, that there's moments where you go, holy crap! Like that touchdown pass to Vele was one of them. Like that was like a holy crap moment. He gives you those, and you want to chase those. I think that's what it's going to be at the end of the season. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to be like, well, like there were guys missing. You didn't have the receivers. Like, what if you give them a better structure? Yeah. And that's what they're going to do. And they're going to talk themselves into it. And it might be the right decision. It might be wrong. That's the problem right now. It's a race. That race against time is crazy. I like if he cleans up some of the stuff, like there's a very compelling player there still, like to me. I
agree.
think,
I completely agree.
But I also think there's a equal like uncompelling, and it's a matter of which way you look at it. I think I still trend more positive right now, but it's just because it's early and his highs are still like it's what we said. Like his highs are so high and the low. I want to see. I just want to see it, like just let him loose a little bit earlier in the game and see what happens. And there might be a chance he throws 4 picks a game, or it might be that he throws 4 touchdowns. But let it go a little bit earlier and see which way it goes.
You know what I predict what happened is 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. Like, I mean, I think that's kind of player he is.
Yeah.
If he let it loose, I think, or maybe it'd be 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. You know, I mean. If they let it loose all game long. So
or it could be 4 and 4, you know, like
it'd be more fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it just feels so tight early in the games. Like, I don't know what it like. There's got to be a way to accentuate things a little bit more. Look, I was going through the coaches film right before we did this on some of them. Like, there's a lot of plays where guys aren't open. I think I just kind of hate that he's playing with a little bit more of a weakened team. Like, maybe some things open up. On the other hand, like, now he's got Devaughn Vele going in a way that seems freaking unbelievable. Like, that guy just seems to fit with him so much better. Olave's still there, so maybe some of the weaponry is there, and he's not finding guys enough. I don't know. It's gonna. I just feel like it's gonna be a huge conundrum. By the end of the year, like I don't think we're gonna know for sure. And
that would be fine. I'd like to give him another year right now. I want to see another year of him. I wanted to see another year of Spencer Rattler at this time last year, and we're hoping they'd move on from Derek Carr because we need more than. This isn't going to be enough time. But unfortunately, he's in a position where I think he needs a couple more wins. He's the only one watching. Why am I forgetting the name of the website with the Draftathon?
Tankathon.
Right? Tankathon. He's the only one watching Tankathon and hoping they move toward 4 and 5, to buy himself another year. When you have the first or second pick in the draft, you can't ignore that. You can't ignore that if you're a franchise. You might think this is our one shot. So he needs to play well to convince them on him, but he also needs the wins so that they don't. So door number 2 doesn't look as attractive, and that's unfair to him probably. But that's the reality that they're dealing with.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting this weekend too. Like, just the global view of the football landscape. You got Indiana going against Ohio State, kind of Mendoza's kind of the number one guy in it. Ty Simpson's kind of fading a little bit. He's had a couple of rough games, but he's got the SEC title game. Like, he could get his stock back on track. Last 3 games for him, I thought were a little rough. It was rough against Auburn. Did well with his legs, battled, but didn't throw the ball well. Mendoza against Ohio State, that was like a real test because he hasn't had it. He went to Oregon, didn't play great there, but found a way to win. His signature win is a comeback against Penn State. Penn State's terrible. Going against that Ohio State defense, like, it could be a coronation or a catastrophe. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how that comes together.
At stake is the Big Ten championship and who the Saints draft. if Reese and Downs dominate Mendoza, Reese and Downs move themselves up, and what is that? 3 top 5 draft picks probably in that game.
It's a great, yeah. And then Carnell Tate's in that game too. He could be a top 10 receiver. Like, that's another guy in there. Yeah, it's fascinating. So huge weekend for football games. Any other parting thoughts on the game before we hit the break and go to the player of the game? Yeah,
we evaluate Shough all the time. I think this was another. We said it kind of from the beginning, but this was a thumbs down game for Kellen Moore. I think he gets the longer rope and the longer timetable because he's not facing that same draft reality. So we're going to see Kellen Moore coaching this team next year, but I'd like to see him figure out a way to finish this season strong too, because we talk about quarterbacks so often because there's a ticking clock against the quarterbacks, but he needs to figure out that first 15 play script, and he needs to figure out those first downs, and he needs to figure out those short yardage situations for sure.
Yeah, that's probably more important than even the quarterback thing, because they aren't going to make a quick move there. They aren't gonna look. When you miss on the last regime and then this is the next shot, it's not a Saints thing. It's not anything like anybody's going to try to make this work, because I think you're kind of tied to it. I think everybody in that building is tied to this one now, and they aren't going to press eject now. That's the question I get more than any other. Is the seat hot? I don't think the seat's hot because I don't think anyone can afford for the seat to be hot. So the match would have to come above and then burn down, from the second floor to the first floor, I think, as opposed from going from, the second floor set. I don't think that's something that happens in the front office. I think they're invested in him working. I think he gets another year. I think he badly needs to figure it out, and all the players stuff cannot work. But if he doesn't have it figured out for next season, it's tough. You're in kind of a hopeless situation. There's a lot to be desired there right now. And, I spent my whole life, Belichick, Sean Payton, and look, the DA thing wasn't that bad until year 3. This is the worst I think it's ever felt. Like I don't know. It just looks different. It feels different, and I think it has since training camp. And like I think they got a lot to figure out too. And yeah, maybe they do down the stretch. Maybe they go into the offseason and they figure some stuff out. But I think there's a lot of stuff for them to figure out. I was a little bit my last thing. I was a little bit disappointed by like the run defense. I thought that was turning a corner a little bit, and then today kind of just felt like went flat big time. There's a reason we had that gentleman in like 90% of our mock drafts. So
every mock draft, please. This is on the site. Go. We should give anybody who wants a free membership just so you can see that me and Nick said H-N in every mock
it was
draft.
like our default pick. Like just take him. Like that's the guy.
Yeah, we only had to make every other pick. The only one was did we take him in the second or the third round? Like that's the only thing that varied, I think.
he was unbelievable today. He looked awesome. Like he looked like Barry Sanders. Like just the way he was setting up some of that stuff.
He's
really good. Really good.
I will say 3 positive things, and this one positive for Kellen Moore is I was surprised by how much fight the team had left in them in the second half of this game.
Me too.
After the first half was so dreary, so that's a positive, and that that has been a positive on his ledger all year. And I'm about to go right about Devaughn Vele and Charlie Smyth. I mean, both of those were really cool to see. I'm sure you're going to get to them in the hard player of the game and the 3-up 3-down segments, but that was 2 cool things to watch today with those 2 guys.
Yeah, 2 other notes. 1, the Saints are officially eliminated from playoff contention. 2, they are now in possession of the number 2 pick in the draft because the Jets won their game against the Falcons. Titans are at number 1. The Saints and Titans still play each other. They play the Jets too. Like there's still a chance that this thing could end up with the number 1 pick. Like there's a path. There's a real actual path.
And Tyler Shough, we said earlier, if you want to beat 2 teams, you should beat the Titans and the Jets and really help your own case. So competing interests there, I guess.
Or have a game-winning effort and someone just drops the ball in the end zone, but don't have the interceptions and the down moments to go with it, and it'll still feel the same way. But you can't have those down moments and not hit that. But some stuff to dig into of all the coverage on NewOrleans.Football. We'll hit a quick break and we'll be back with the play of the game. Whether you're an athlete or just trying to stay active, Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute can help get you moving and keep you moving. You'll have access to the highest levels of specialized care, nationally renowned expertise, the latest equipment, and modern facilities, including a convenient walk-in orthopedic clinic when you need care fast. From the field to recovery, Ochsner Andrews Institute is there to help move your healing forward and get you back to what you love. Learn more at ochsner.org/ortho.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number 1 grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
I used a home equity loan from Keystone Federal to fix up the garage. Woo! Because living your dream means living your way. And the kids take the field.
Not even game day.
The NewOrleans.Football show is proudly presented by PJ's Coffee. PJ's Coffee has some of the best drinks that you can find. They have locations all over the city. They have pastries and everything else you need to get your day started. So go check them out. I don't play favorites with our sponsors on the show, but one of my favorites for sure is RV Masters. You guys have been watching our show lately and you've seen our awesome new van. That thing is decked out. And the best part about it is I took it up to RV Masters and I was like, this is what I want to do, but I had no idea how I wanted to do it or how to get it done. And they took care of it from start to finish, brought me out for updates, were giving me new ideas, and they made it exceed my wildest dreams. And they will do the same thing for you. RV Masters offers full service RV, motorhome, and travel trailer repair. They have preventative maintenance and service packages for your RVs, your AC, your generators. They specialize in solar and lithium upgrades, satellite TV, and Starlink. They'll take care of you if you get into a collision. Whatever you need, they got you. And I can speak from experience because they definitely had us on our new van. I cannot vouch for anyone more than I vouch for RV Masters. RV-masters.com. Go check them out.
I believe it. I can see achieve it. Ain't no leaving, no defeating. Show up, complete, and repeat it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get game ready. Play Game Ready Scratch-Offs and Fast Play from the lottery. Win up to $100,000. Enter the second chance drawing for a chance to win up to $1 million.
Yeah, they want me to quit, I can't stop it. I'm out of this world, I'm like a rocket. And you can never be us. We not afraid of the pressure, cause we good in the clutch. Yeah.
Get game ready. Play Game Ready Scratch-Offs and Fast Play from the lottery. Win up to $100,000. Enter the second chance drawing for a chance to win up to $1 million.
Shough Insurance, the Earhart Agency, is a longtime partner on this podcast, but the truth is, I was advertising them to my friends and everybody I knew long before they ever jumped on this show. And I'm going to tell you why. Every 6 months, my car insurance policy comes up, and every 6 months, I get a call from somebody from there telling me I need to change it or stay where I'm at. They're shopping my policy constantly to make sure I am getting the best possible deal. That means money in the bank. And those are the type of people you love because, look, we all live here. We all know how it is. The insurance rates are out of control. You need somebody watching your back. And they actually really do it. And I was with them before they ever asked me to be with them. So they are people that you need to be doing business with. And if you are going to look up their insurance, make sure you are looking for the Earhart Agency. Those are our guys. There's a lot of Shough insurances. The Earhart Agency is the one you want. I can speak for them. Real life, real support, real good business, real money saved. Call them up today. Shough Insurance, the Earhart Agency. Hardhide flavored whiskey, Ponchatoula strawberry, and Chilton County peaches in your favorite bars, stores, and restaurants. Hardhide Chilton County peach whiskey is a blend of aged wheat whiskey, light American whiskey, and fresh Chilton County peaches from Alabama's Durbin Family Farms. And Hardhide strawberry whiskey tells the story of a small town famous for strawberry farming. A delicious natural strawberry infused 86 proof whiskey for whiskey lovers. Just look for the red and orange bottles in your favorite stores, bars, and restaurants. Welcome back to NewOrleans.Football. It is now time for the player of the game presented by Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. And today's player of the game is Devaughn Vele. Man, what a performance by him. 8 catches, 93 yards, a touchdown, 8 targets, 8 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Just the kind of game that we've been waiting to see. This even exceeded expectations. I think last week I said something along the lines of if he gives you like 4 catches for 40 yards, 50 yards every week, like that's a win. You're happy with the 4th round pick. If he's giving you 8 catches on 8 targets for 93 yards and a touchdown, boy, you take that. And they were tough catches. Like he was making big boy plays in traffic, getting hit on top of people, tight windows, on the sideline, getting his leg down, back of the end zone on a play where Shough extended. Just really heady, difficult, contested catches, all types of plays. Dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, looked great today. Easily the player of the game. And he recovered the onside kick. Don't know if it actually got touched. Possibly would have been a bad play if they hadn't said that on the field because he grabbed it before it went 10 yards. But he got that one. It goes in the books as a recovery. Just did everything he could do all the way across the board. Huge moment for him. And look, I've been incredibly critical of that trade all throughout the season for very good reason. He's turning it now. He's turned that corner. He's making plays. He keeps doing this. The value of that is on question. It's a good deal. So he's in control of his story. He's in control of his narrative, and he's in full control of it right now. It's going to bring us into 3 Up, 3 Down. It is now time for 3 Up, 3 Down, presented by Aaron Rose, joined by my guy, Kevin Washington. Devaughn Vele, player of the game. So we will start with him as the ultimate up for this week. Who else you got on the list?
Yeah, I went with the old fella Cam, man. Cam, I think he had 2 sacks in the game, if I remember correctly, counting. And so yeah, you just got to give him credit, man. We was talking about would it make sense to even, potentially bring him back next year on some type of, team friendly deal or something like that. So shout out to Cam. I mean, I think he has like 6 sacks, 5.5, 6 sacks this season, something like that. And so for a guy where he is, that's really good, right? And so just a good game from him. So I definitely had him in the up.
I'll take Kool-Aid here. Had the interception. That was a really big play for him. And then had the stop on the run play on I believe it was a third down.
Yeah.
Just some big moments for him. Looked really good today throughout the game. Needs big moments, is putting it together. I thought he covered pretty well overall. Kind of was a little bit shaky in the back end there for those guys at the start of the game, but I thought Kool-Aid played solid start to finish. Really good game for him. I leave this one feeling good about him and Quincy Riley, who I thought might have picked that one off, but ultimately they said he didn't, but he just puts himself around the ball. Two guys that I think as the season goes along, I feel like we've seen more positives than negatives from them as a collective. And that's probably just where you want to be as the season starts to wind down. So a couple more weeks here, if they get some momentum going, maybe even feel good about those two guys.
Yeah. Definitely someone that stood out. Kind of sticking with the DB narrative. I put Terrell Burgess on this list. I mean, 7 tackles, a pass defended, and without getting starter snaps. So, I mean, you take that, you're looking for depth. You're looking for guys who can step up. Like where they are right now in the season, you won't just, you want to think about guys in the future. Can they be part of something? Can they fit a role? And, if he continues this up, I mean, you made a good comment saying, he's like always around the ball. So just positive game for him. So definitely it's good to see him in this list too, because I think it's the first time I mentioned him. He definitely deserved it today. Charlie
Smyth hits a 56-yard field goal, has an onside kick that might or might not have gotten touched, but he hit that thing really well. Came in and performed in a big moment with pressure on him too. I mean,
big pressure.
He had to wait out Blake Groupie. They signed Cade York. It looks like, okay, they're going to go with Cade York. Why would you sign a guy if you're going with the other guy that's already in your building? He wins out during the week, gets first shot at it. Yeah. First field goal ever in a real meaningful game was today. Like, he came here from Ireland. He didn't kick in high school. He didn't kick in college. He's kicked in the preseason. That's a big moment to come in from a very long distance on the road. It rained today. He sinks it. Just a huge moment for him. A great story, incredible moment. Kind of a cool thing to see. I'm a sucker for them Disney type stories. And boy, like imagine he has a chance to hit a field goal to win that game, and he does. Like, that could have been like the ultimate.
Beautiful.
That would have been like Vince Papale and Invincible type stuff. Like, just unbelievable possibility there. It didn't quite come together, but look, yeah. I thought he played great. I thought he played great today.
Yeah, he was on my list. I was going to say his name, but I couldn't take it from you, man. You spoke about Charlie in the live. I was like, I can't do my guy like that. So, yeah, Charlie's on everybody's list. Shout out to him. Super good human story, right, that you like to see. So, I put Chase Young on this list also. He had like 6 pressures this game. He had a sack. He was active. He was in the backfield. I think he had 2 tackles for loss also. So, I mean, you just talk about a well-rounded game from someone who, you paid, and you want to see things from him. And, I think he just kind of showed up today. If you can get this from Chase Young on a regular basis, great signing. He's part of your future, and you just need to find him a rushing partner. So, up game from Chase Young today.
Yeah. Who you want to kick the downs off with?
I'm going to start with Delonte. I just thought that, he was on the wrong side of, just some plays that you wouldn't like to see him on, specifically at the beginning of the game as it pertains to, just setting the edge in the run game. There's some big runs earlier in this game, and, the Saints lost this game because of how the Dolphins started. And I thought a big part of that was how well they ran the ball, and Alontae played a part in kind of enabling that. So I have him in my down.
I'm going to go with Luke Fortner on this, and the play didn't really end up mattering, but that high snap, and that's been an issue 2 weeks in a row now. So I'm going to throw him on there. Dylan Radins? He was offsides on that. Like, he saved him.
Yeah, the happy accident.
Yeah. So he got saved on that one, but a tough play for him. You got to tighten up. Like, you're the emergency policy. I have a feeling too, when we go back and we look at the game on film, like some of the inside runs, the blocking wasn't too great there. So I think that was probably something too, but definitely that snap. I mean, that's enough to put you on the list.
Yeah. Just a quick sidebar. I think I had Ruiz kind of in my up this game too. I didn't really see anything like egregious from him in this game, and I kind of give him a lot. So just wanted to throw that in there too. For my down, I put Fuaga on here. You got this penalty when you are down in the red zone, which you go from a 2-yard conversion to a 7-yard play, which ended up being a pick 2, right? And so, like, you know, you just can't have those type of penalties in that moment. And then he had another penalty. Also, he had a hold that was significant, and he had, I thought he gave up a pressure or two. So, yeah, I just didn't think it was a good game from him. I don't really know where he stands. Is he injured? Is he not? What's the long-term prospects? But want to see more from him than you got this game.
I don't really have anyone else to single out. It felt like a lot of mid across the board.
I put run defense.
Yes.
That one was like nasty. Like that's the biggest. That should have been my first up. Really, I didn't really think about it, but it was just that's got to be better.
It was brutal. It was brutal watching him try to do it.
I want one of the running backs. Can we get that guy over here? So, just up and down game, man. Up and down game. Just I don't have him in my up or down, but I thought Shough fits both of these categories. Yes. Like he kind of just belongs in both, because at the end you just got to be impressed, not with only the throws he made, but I thought that he was changing plays, changing protections. I thought he commanded the offense really well, which that kind of can get overlooked, but I thought it was a significant part of what he did at times today. But you can't throw 2 interceptions and, pick 6 pick 2, and it should have been like a pick 6, but I guess he wasn't fast enough. So just kind of wanted to throw him out there too.
I'll toss Kellen Moore early on in the game in this too. I mean, you got to find a way to score in the first quarter. It's just, it's insane the way they come out and they're just punchless at the start of every single game.
Every game,
like a legitimate problem, and it feels like the offense only really gets going when you're in these situations where you're kind of hurrying up and it gets outside of the structure of things. And
good point.
That's a problem. Like it feels like an anchor a little bit at times. That's got to get better. But you got anyone else?
No, that's it, man. That's those are all the guys. Shout out to Vele, player of the game. But we've been waiting. Like we've been hard on this trade, and it's just good to see something good come from it. So I just, shout out to him.
All right, that's going to do it for 3 Up, 3 Down. We'll be back right after this with the question of the day. Are you ready to buy your first home, wondering if now's the right time to refinance, or maybe you're thinking about getting into real estate? Whatever play you're trying to run, the pros at MortgageBros.money have the game plan. If you're a first-time buyer, the Mortgage Bros will break down every loan program, help you build a budget that works, and even check if you qualify for 100% financing or down payment assistance. They'll guide you every step of the way, because buying your first home shouldn't feel like a Hail Mary. Heard that rates have dropped and thinking it's time to refi? Don't just guess, get real answers. The Mortgage Bros will review your situation for free and tell you if it's time to make a move or keep waiting for an even better rate. And if you're ready to start investing in real estate, don't let that old 20% down myth stop you. The Bros can show you a home hack that might get you up to 3 doors to rent with little to no money down. Here's the best part. The Mortgage Bros work with you for free. You'll never pay them a penny. They're not bankers, they're brokers. That means if your loan doesn't close, they don't get paid. So they're just as invested in getting you approved as you are. Because let's be honest, signing up for a 30-year loan without a pro on your team is like trying to run the offense without a playbook. You don't need to know every role in the mortgage game. Your pros already do. So go to mortgagebros.money. That's mortgagebros.money, and let the bros be your pros.
Score big with kickoff combos at New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company. Don't pass on your choice of our seafood combos or our slider specials. Served with a side of garlic herb fries. Run in now for specials starting at $9.99 at New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I get Gordon?
Because when you're hurt, you need money. And I fight for the people of Southeast Louisiana every day. I got a client who injured their neck in a car wreck, $250,000. Another client was hit by a big truck and needed back surgery. I got them $700,000, and they deserved every single penny.
That's what I'm talking about. Why wouldn't I get Gordon?
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, just call me, New Orleans. Get it done.
Call 504-800-8888.
You ever take a bite of something and immediately think, yeah, I'm coming back for this. Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant just added some new dishes, and man, they crushed it. The shrimp and crawfish pistolets, golden and stuffed with bold Cajun flavor. Fried oyster tacos, crispy, fresh with the perfect kick. And the soft shell crab Alfredo, creamy, rich, and absolutely worth the order. They're open 7 days a week, and they deliver late. Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant. Delicious food, superior service. Whether you are a local New Orleanian or a fan in town for the game, get your pre- and post-game fired up at Aaron Rose. Local chaos and local love for the black and gold. Wake up and live with daily drink specials, mimosas, screwdrivers, Bloody Marys, and hot or frozen Irish coffees, all just $3 or $4 between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Aaron Rose, half a block from Bourbon Street in the French Quarter, 811 Conti Street. Attention Saints fans, don't let pests and termites invade your home field. Trust the team at Red Pest Solutions to tackle those unwelcome visitors. Call the Red Man today for unbeatable pest and termite control. Score peace with no pest. Visit redpest.com, REDDPEST.com. Welcome back to the NewOrleans.Football show presented by PJ's Coffee. It is now time for the Get Gordon question of the day presented by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you need help, make sure you get Gordon. Today's question comes from Taylor Made on Twitter. He says, what do you think the biggest issue is for the Saints offense? I think it goes back to what I was saying at the top of the show. I think just the starts are terrible. Like the scripted plays aren't good. They aren't put together. They aren't working. I think the run game has a lot of issues and just kind of how it's coming together. I think talent's part of that, but I also think some of the, I think the design of it has gotten a little bit better. But there's some things that I still think there's room for improvement there. And I think they just got to be way more aggressive. I think early in games, like it feels like there's almost a passiveness to what they're doing. And then when they get behind and they got to go after it and you kind of got to turn it loose, they turn it loose. And I think you see a little bit more. And I think turning it loose would play into the strengths of Tyler Shough because he's going to raise your ceiling a little bit. And I think we see the roller coaster here. Like he's going to make some mistakes. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with aggressive mistakes. I'm aggressive, fast mistakes, going for win mistakes, but just kind of like the fear, like there's a fear like, oh no, don't lose. And who cares? Like you got 2 wins right now. You lost. It's done. So just try to find your upside. Go for it. Fight for it. Lean into it. Seek it. Risk it. See what the limits are. Push it. Be aggressive. I think that's the biggest issue with the offense right now. I think it's too tight early in games. And then in those moments where it loosens up or the quarterback can get outside of the structure of things, I think you see it come together a little bit more. And it's a trend. It's something that I feel like we're seeing every single week. So I think that's it. And I think the other part of it is they don't have an offensive identity yet. They haven't found it. I don't think they're gonna this year. And I think that's a massive issue going forward overall. That's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you sign up for NewOrleans.Football. Keep it locked. We'll be back for the next show on Wednesday.